With your experience, with your training, you authoritatively say, Mr. Joseph Njuguna was the owner of the land. Don't you find that to be competence?
I said that.
Don't you find yourself to be a fraudulent person?
I am not.
Don't you find yourself to be untruthful?
I'm very truthful.
Mr. Abutu?
Yes.
What is the total number of people in the family of Cheptilat Arab? What is the number of family members? You say, from investigation, you found out that he's a polygamous man. You found out that. What was the number of his family members, including his wives?
We will go to the National Bureau of Statistics to get that data. It wasn't my duty to get it.
It wasn't your duty?
No.
So, but coincidentally, these people, including his 3 sons, that son, this son, and that son, don't attend these meetings. The people, the convenient people you want to use are the ones who attend these meetings.
These are the documents of the clients.
Mr. Good, there is no proof about that, and we'll come to that. We'll come to that proof where you found these documents. So for now, just answer. Other members of the family, including their wives, don't attend meetings where land is being given to their sons. They don't attend. You'll agree with me on that?
These are documents of your clients.
Mr. Good, you must answer. That's not the question. I'm not asking whose documents these are. That's not the question. I'm asking you. Conveniently, the wives of the late Cheptilat and some of his sons don't attend meetings where land is given to other sons. You'll agree with me on that? They don't attend.
I don't agree with you.
From these documents.
I don't agree with you.
And Mr. Gutu, where are the wives of the late Cheptilat in this document? Where are the wives? Mabibi watatu, wako wapi?
In these documents, I can't tell where they are.
They are not there.
They are not appearing.
They are not there.
Out of the submissions. Or rather, give me a file by date.
Even if you do not consider, we should like some others and file a report. Okay, so for me, I said 14 days. Or even the group itself, 14 days is good. If you can find a date before this month, I can find mine in 7 days. And work overnight and fine.
No, I cannot find a date for it. So, that's what.
And lastly, what else did you seek for?
We said if there was any other document that would assist our investigation.
Very well. So, Mr. Abutu, according to you as an expert, I want to bring out another incompetence in you. According to you as an expert, these were the only requisite documents for you to determine ownership, correct? According to you as an expert, these were the only prerequisite documents to determine ownership.
I'm not saying so.
No, okay. Let me put it to you. Were these the only prerequisite documents to determine ownership? They are not.
No.
Why did you seek? Why did you seek for those others which are not there?
I could only seek this one because these are what we would get from the land control board, not other documents.
Mr. Cook, do you work at the Nakuru Lands Registry?
I don't work there.
You don't work there. Then how did you know that some were not there? Therefore, these are the ones you see which were there. How did you know that?
You don't use your words for me. I'm only saying we were seeking for documents that would give us clarification and a way forward in this investigation.
Mr. Cook,
Yes.
I want to ask you again, as an expert. In your opinion as an expert, of some, I think you have a lot of experience, right? You investigate a lot of land farm. And mark you are from the headquarters. You are not residing here, you are from the headquarters.
I am an expert. Yes, go ahead.
According to you, do you think these were the prerequisite documents to determine ownership?
From, not ownership, from land control board, these are the documents that would guide us to find what we were looking for.
Mr. Good, you are telling your testimony. Earlier on, you clarified to the court that the board resolution was you wanted to find out what authenticated the sale. So does this come from?
Not the sale.
The what?
That did not come from me.
What came from you, Mr. Good? No, you are telling me you answer this question. What came from you?
These ones
Yes.
were the documents.
Mr. Good, where does a board minute come from?
Do you want my clarification?
What does a board meeting come from?
So which one do I answer?
What does a board meeting come from? Minutes.
Ask again.
Where does a board minutes come from?
Board minutes come from the board itself.
The board itself, the company. Correct?
Not the company.
The board of what? The board of a trustee, the board of a SACCO, the board of a chairman.
And this is the problem.
Board of a
This letter is self-explanatory. where it was meant to go. It was not for the company.
Okay, it was for the land control board. So I didn't
Yes.
see that. Thank you, come to that. So from the land control board, you sought for board minutes dated 25th September 2007.
Yes.
Mr. Gudu, could we have, now we realized now we have 2 sets again of minutes. Are these the minutes you'll be referring to? Because you kept on making mistakes about this minute every time and then. Are these the same minutes you'll be referring?
And this is where I'm an expert. You are an advocate. Now let me tell you a little bit.
Please.
These minutes we are looking for are not the same minutes with Ingobo minutes.
Okay. Oh.
These are land control board minutes.
Okay. Now you clarified. Okay.
Okay.
Did you get that information?
I had indicated we didn't get.
You didn't get.
No.
That's the we didn't get any such information. Mr. Njuguna himself could be involved. Yes or no?
I don't deny that, but he was not at this point.
Mr. Abutu, could Mr. Njuguna Joseph involved in the fraud you are saying? Could he be involved? I'm not saying he was. Could he be?
Openly, yes, he could.
He could.
Yes.
Why are you meandering? You are the reason why I'm saying I wanted 2 hours. I see you are meandering.
Certainly. Technically.
But Mr. Abutu, you will agree with me that despite the absence of documents from the land registry, despite the absence of documents from the land control board, with your experience, with your training, you authoritatively say Mr. Joseph Njuguna was the owner of the land. Don't you find that to be competence?
I said that.
Don't you find yourself to be a fraudulent person?
I am not.
Don't you find yourself to be untruthful?
I'm very truthful.
Mr. Abutu,
Yes.
you will agree with me that you have never been gazetted as a court of law. You will agree with me. You, Abutu, Stephen, has never been gazetted as a court of law.
That's correct.
You are just agree with me that you are not a court of law to declare who the owner of the land is. You are not a court of law.
I already said I'm not a court of law.
Do you know a court called Environment and Land Court? As an expert, you've brought green cards for some parcels of land to compare some signatures, correct?
True.
Why didn't you bring the green card for 37 and 38 in court? Why didn't you bring those green cards?
Your Honor, once more, these green cards, that is Exhibit 20.
Mr. Gudu, listen to the question. And you want to meander again. Listen to the question. Please listen to the question. I'm saying you produced those ones, right?
Yes.
Those ones are not in question. You're not dealing with them here.
Yes.
I'm saying, why did you produce these ones and not produce 37 and 38?
Your Honor, I'm answering this question. If you give me time, I answer.
Okay.
I'm referring to Exhibit number 23 and Exhibit number 24. Those are original green cards. They are bearing the signatures.
No, Mr. Abutu, you're meandering. You know I don't have much time. I don't have much time which you have. I'm asking you, let me now come closer to you. And let me take this as an example. Mr. Abutu, you brought so many other documents, including the ones we referred to before.
Yes.
And then you brought this, and I know the reason why you brought them. I have no problem with that. I'm asking you, what at 37 and 38 come at me? What do you know for later happen?
Your Honor, these documents originally were taken by my colleagues from Nakuru for comparison purposes, forensic. I used the same documents that they had used to come to a conclusion whether they did the correct thing or not. So I used their documents.
Mr. Abutu, you are meandering again. I'll ask you.
Okay.
I am asking you, these are here in court. We have no problem with that.
Yes.
Why didn't you bring the ones for 37 and 38 in court as a competent investigating officer?
Your Honor, I have a certified copy of this in court. A certified copy.
Mr. Abutu, I'll ask again, why did you bring an original green card for 37 and 38 in court? Mr. Abutu Stephen.
Because I have a certified copy of the same, which serves the same purpose.
Why did you bring a certified copies of these ones? Why did you bring a certified copies of these ones? These ones you chose to bring the green one, the original ones, but for the one in dispute in court, you bring a certified copy.
I want to take you back.
No, Mr. Abutu.
Yes.
It's a simple yes or no answer. Why did you bring these things?
The original
I will write
37 and
here the
38.
question and I will write that you refuse to answer that question.
Your Honor, I brought these ones because they were earlier collected by my colleagues. For me, I
So they were
collected.
not found. The original green cards were not found. Is that the answer?
No, Your Honor,
So what is the answer? That green cards were that 7 that 38. One home is later. That is the question that
Yes.
is being asked.
Yes.
And I need to write
Your
the
Honor,
answer.
I didn't bring the original because I brought certified copies.
Your Honor, that's okay. You can go with that. You didn't bring the original because you got certified copies. Okay. So, Mr. Good, you are an independent investigating officer. In
Yes.
fact, based as DCI headquarters.
Yes.
You're not even devolved to Nakuru.
No.
You go and pick a file that has been done by another student, then you copy and bring it to court, correct?
That's not correct.
So you don't have a brain of your own, you copy people's exams and bring them to court, Mr. Good.
That is not correct.
Let me put it this way, Mr. Good, so that it comes out of court.
Yes.
You'll agree with me that you duplicated the work of another IO and then brought it to court.
I normally don't do that.
No, Mr. Good, you look to me like those students who copy exams because you simply just go pick a file, you said here in court that those are the documents earlier collected by my colleague. So you didn't go to do your own. I didn't see you as, let's say, for another land. So you went and just picked the ones that were done by another student who got an A, then you are this student, you copy and then you bring to court, correct?
I don't do that.
Don't do that. Then what did you do there?
I investigated.
Okay, Mr. Good, where did you get those green cards? Those 2 green cards, where did you get them from?
These green cards were originally in the file that was done by my colleagues from
Correct,
Yes.
correct. And there's no problem with that. So you agree with me, you simply just transfer that file into yours.
No. If you listen to my examination in chief,
I listened carefully.
I picked a file that was having questions.
And I will come to that later.
To reinvestigate.
Okay. To reinvestigate.
To reinvestigate.
Okay. So I'll find out later, it will come out later that you are a student who copies exams over that. Just relax. Mr. Gutu, you've really told us how you are competent, you are appointed by Ndegwa Mohora and all these things. And then you conclusively say that this land belongs to Njoroge Njuguna. And I still believe it was because of the money you were sent. Now, Mr. Abutu, what land are we fighting for here in court? Rather, what is the subject matter why these people are in court today? What is the subject matter?
These people are in court today
Yes.
because
No, the land, Mr. Abutu, don't give me stories. What is the land, the subject of this dispute in court? What is the land?
number 37.
Number 37, correct? Did you bring us a consent for number 37 in court to show that indeed it is Mr. Njoroge Njuguna who owns this land? Did you bring us the
No,
consent?
there is no consent.
There is no consent, Mr. Abutu, but you still call yourself competent.
I am.
And authoritatively say the land belongs to Mr. Njuguna.
I am a competent officer.
Now, Mr. Abutu, this is now the nail on the head.
Yes.
When you wrote the letter, you were given documents which were not documents that could prove ownership. Then, Mr. Abutu, with a blank transfer, you come here in a suit, in a tie,
Yes.
well dressed, and then you stand here before God and the entire court, and you tell us this land belongs to Mr. Njuguna. Mr. Abutu, are you insane?
I'm not insane. I'm here to prove my charges.
Mr. Njuguna, I'm sorry, Mr. Abutu, do we have a blank transfer in court?
A blank?
Give him the transfer. No, I like catching people like, give him the transfer, please. The blank transfer. Mr. Abutu, it has come to me clear, you are not an expert. In fact, if I had the authority, I would have written to your boss to sack you.
You still have. You can do.
You are incompetent.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Abutu, is that not a blank transfer?
Your Honor, it's not a blank one.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's now walk you through it. That's why I said I need to, because when you meander with you. Mr. Abutu, is this a competent transfer of land? Is it a competent transfer of land?
Your Honor, the one I have is not competent.
It's not competent. I think that kills it. It's not a competent transfer. But Mr. Abutu, with your experience, having been appointed by Ndegwa Mohoro, with your experience, and in your suit and attire, you believe that that document confers a right to Mr. Njuguna?
Your Honor, this document is one of those documents that are indicators of Mr. Njuguna's and Ingoko
Okay.
confirmation of this transfer.
Let me come to another nail on the head. Mr. Abutu,
Yes.
There's no indicated you received that documents from the lands office. Where did you get it from?
I indicated clearly to this court that this document,
Yes.
I got two sets. One from Muya and another one from the officials of Igbo.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a good answer. Advocate, and I have tremendous respect for you. Doing law for all those years is quite entails some respect.
Because he's confirming that his clients who are officials of Igbo received money.
Okay. Let me put it to you that when he came here, he could not prove that. When he came here, I put it to you that when he came here, he could not prove that.
I'm not aware, but
Not aware.
in his statement and confirmation of the letter, I believed in him.
He also said when he was here that he self-wrote, self-written. Because he's an advocate. Surely, if I was to assist you in an investigation, Mr. Munia, I have done this for a few years. I'm sorry, Mr. Gutu.
Yes.
I will not dictate to you. I will write it myself. I will write my own statement. If you were to involve me to help you in an investigation, I will write my own statement.
At times.
Because I understand. No, ideally, that's what we do.
At times.
You cannot put an advocate right like you are writing for him. You are not a layman. I'm an expert.
At times.
So when he came here, he said he self-wrote his own statement. He self-wrote his own statement. That's what he said. You'll agree with me? That's what he said. I'm putting it to you.
I did his statement.
No, I'm telling you what he said. Okay, let me ask you. Is that correct? That he self-wrote his own statement?
I did his statement.
Okay. So who between the two of you is lying? Him or you?
You have said he's an old man. Perhaps
No, he's an advocate. No, he's not your normal old man. He's not
But
that man.
because I am testifying on what I did. What I did.
So I'm putting it to you that he said he self-wrote his own statement, but then it was typed. That's what he said. Perhaps it was typed, but I self-wrote my own statement. Mr. Good, I will shock you that some words were added in that statement. Why they were words? Because when you're typing, you added your own words. Is that correct?
Your Honor, I have the original statement.
Okay.
Yes.
Why did you supply us with the original statement, Mr. Good? Why did you supply us?
I can't give you original. I only give you a copy of the original.
No. Mr. Good, for your information,
Yes.
and this is off record, Your Honor, I am doing the case for the murder for the governor of Bado. We have been supplied with the written statements, handwritten. So how is yours special? Why don't you supply me with handwritten?
I only have one copy for every handwritten, so I cannot give you.
Why did you give me the photocopy of the handwritten, Mr. Good?
This, you are the sixth advocate in this matter.
No? In this criminal matter, I'm the first advocate.
You are the sixth.
I'm
For
not.
your information.
Okay, fine. Why did you give me?
I've given all the advocates, including the last time your client picked such statement and assigned an inventory with us.
Mr. Good,
Yes.
I appeared for a case management before the same court, myself, before the same court, and I was not given these documents. Will it shock you that I was not given these documents? Will it shock you?
Okay, it won't shock me
It won't
because
shock you.
for me,
Don't shock you. That's
I
okay.
supplied.
Don't shock you. And also tell you that some other documents I was not given and only given later by my friend here, Mr. Sierra. So it won't shock you. So let's move. Let's talk the statute. Now, Mr. Gutu, have you brought before court as your evidence the two titles for Igobor for 37 and 38? Have you brought them before court? The two titles for Igobor for 37 and 38.
I wrote copies for this court.
You produced the copies?
Yes, sir.
They're produced. Okay. I want to take the title for the alleged title for Mr. Njuguna. Please have it. It's an original one. And I ask this question to the registrar, and I want to get your evidence as an expert. Who does?
As an investigative officer.
But you're an expert.
That makes it better.
Yeah.
As an IO.
So now you're denying being an expert.
No, for this context, take me as the IO.
Yeah, you have brought out the incompetence, so you see you're not an expert now.
No, I will be, but for this matter,
Oh.
I'm the investigating officer.
No, you're my friend. Let's go on.
Yes.
So look at that title. Does it have the?
Does it have?
That's not a table, Mr.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all the documents. You're confusing it with a table.
Let me pick part of this one.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
So, Mr. Agutu,
Yes.
does that title have an ID number?
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't have.
Yes.
So, will it shock you that if somebody came here and said that a title does not have an ID number is irregular? Will it shock you?
No, it won't.
It won't.
No.
Is it signed, Mr. Agutu?
This
Is the title signed?
Which signature are you referring to?
Mr. Agutu, you are the expert. I am not.
No, I'm
You
asking
investigate
by
by fraud.
you. You should be
Now you can see you are incompetent. Now you can see. Very incompetent. In fact, you are the most incompetent I have ever seen in my entire practice.
Perhaps you could be incompetent because you are asking me a question that is not very straight.
Okay, let me ask. Do you know where titles are signed? Do you know the section of titles where they are signed?
The sections of titles that are
Do you know
signed.
the signing section of a title?
Yes, I know.
You know?
Yes.
Please look at it.
I'm looking at it.
Oh, that's the section, Mr. Gutu. The one you're pointing at. That's the section.
No, you asked me to look at the title.
Yeah,
And
I'm asking.
I'm telling you, I'm
Okay,
looking at
Mr.
the
Gutu, show me on the where's the section being signed? Show me the
section
section.
being signed is here.
And another one?
Inside here.
Inside there. Okay, let's go to the inside one. Is it signed, Mr. Gutu?
This one inside here is not signed, but see.
No, don't put back. Don't qualify. You're not a registrar. You're a mere police officer.
It is not signed.
Don't qualify.
Not near.
At least the one is mine.
No.
It's mine.
I will not take me.
And the court has not objected. It's mine.
Just refer to me as a police officer.
Okay, a police officer.
Yeah, there are times I will not take certain words.
A junior one. You're a junior police officer.
I'm very senior.
What's your rank? What's your rank?
Inspector of police is not a junior officer.
Okay, I will go you. So let's stop the sections. Let's go to the crux of this matter.
Yes.
So is that section signed? Are those sections? I mean, several sections. Are they signed?
This part is not signed.
Okay, let me be particular. Is the proprietorship section signed? Do you know what proprietorship means?
Yes, I do.
What does it mean? Mr. Good, I want to catch you. What does a proprietorship mean? You're an expert.
I will not answer that.
Yes, another incompetence. You see, I catch
I will
you.
not answer.
Very incompetent. So Mr. Good, who investigates land fraud, does not even know a proprietorship section. You should be searched. Mr. Good, do you know the property section? Do you know the property section?
Yes.
What is a property section, Mr. Good? Now I want to school you. What's a property section? That's my work, to make you angry, by the way. That's my work. That's my work, to make you very angry. Then we'll beat each other outside. If you want to beat me, you can beat me. So please, what is a property section, Mr. Good? You are an expert.
Your Honor,
You investigate land fraud.
property section is part A.
Part A, very good. Now at least you are redeeming yourself. Part A is the property section. Do you know the proprietorship section now?
It is.
It's written, Mr. Good, you can read. You might put up a
You
proprietorship.
ask a question, I answer. You don't school me.
Okay. Do you know the property? Show me the proprietorship section. In the title is which part?
Part B.
Part B. And the camera section is part C, correct? So let's start with the property section. Is it signed by a registrar?
Property section is not supposed to be signed.
Mr. Abutu, an
It
expert.
is not supposed to be signed.
Just say it is not signed. You're not the one
It
who
is
signed
not
that.
supposed to be signed.
You know the incompetence, you already said Mr. Njuguna is the owner of the land. So I'm not taking incompetence anymore. Just say, is the property section signed, Mr.
You
Abutu?
are asking me a question.
And you're answering in your own way. I'm asking you, is the property section signed?
It is not supposed to
It's
be
not.
signed.
Your Honor, please, the witness to answer the question. I'll ask you later.
That section is.
Mr. Abutu, I'll ask you later whether it's supposed to be signed or not. So I'm just asking, is the property section signed?
No, it is not.
It's not signed. Why are you meandering? Is the proprietorship section signed?
No, Your Honor.
Is the encumbrance section signed?
No.
Now I want to ask you the why. When do we sign an encumbrance section? When do we sign an encumbrance section, Mr. Gutu, as an expert in land from DCI headquarters, Karura Forest, where there are better offices, better facilities? When do we sign an encumbrance section, Mr. Agutu?
It is signed when a title is committed.
When a title is
Committed.
omitted, committed. Yeah, very good. Like a loan, a restriction. Very good. At least you redeem yourself. Forget the encumbrance. Now forget the encumbrance.
Yes.
No, Mr. Njuguna is a man of means. I don't think he takes a loan. They have heard about him. He's a man of means. So forget the encumbrance.
Yes.
If a registrar came here and said that property and proprietary section should be signed, that registrar would be wrong, correct? That's not a thing to think about, Mr.
It will not be wrong.
It will not be wrong. It will not be wrong. Thank you very much. That's one of the best answers you've given me today. So, Mr. Wood, how many years of experience do you have
In what?
in investigating land fraud? I'm not asking you from the day you came from Kiganjo. I'm asking you as an IO. 10 years. 10 years. 2 presidents. 10 years. 2 presidents.
Maybe 1 for 10 years.
No, oh, yeah. Thank you. You're right. Let's now move to another topic. I want you to be given the charge sheet in this case. Charge sheet in this case. So I get mine in the other case, which you took the file.
Yes.
Yeah. Be careful as a police officer. You have the charge sheet in this case. How many counts do we have there? The counts in that charge sheet, the counts.
We have 6.
So there's a chance that you're also the one who wrote that charge sheet. This is that chance.
I did.
You did.
Yes.
After Mr. Njuguna has already told you what he wants the accused persons to be telling, correct?
No.
After
my investigation.
your discussion, right?
After my investigation, yes.
You agree with me that those charges are the same to the charges in this charge sheet? You don't need to just look at the don't look at the particulars, just look at the
Are you asking a question or giving an answer?
Okay, let's look at that. Let me stop giving answers.
Some of them.
Some of them.
Yes.
Good answer. Some of them. Not entirely all of them, but some of them.
Yes.
So, is that the charge sheet in the file that you took? The one you copied results from and brought here? Is it the same file? Is it the same charge sheet?
No, Your Honor, this is my charge sheet. This is my charge sheet. I don't know.
Let me see it.
This is my charge sheet.
Oh, sorry. This one, guys. Over there. I'm looking for the charge sheet for SLM, okay, the one they were charged.
Okay.
So that we see, so that another form of incompetence comes out. I'm sorry if I'm using that word actually.
No, it's okay.
It's the better word I can use.
You're giving me.
It's the better word I can use. Because if I say when you give, it's very bad. So incompetence is better. The same, some of them or all of them, as the ones before court today.
Yes. None of them.
None of them.
No.
Oh, let's walk the journey with you now. And I want you to learn today that any question asked by a lawyer has a meaning. It's not in vain. I want you to learn that at this place with your 10 years experience.
It's okay.
Let's start with forgery contrary to section 4, 345 as read with 349 of the Penal Code. Do you have such a thing here?
I don't have such a thing.
Let me see. Here we are making false document. Registration. Okay. Let's go to the second charge. Uttering a false document contrary to section 353 of the Penal Code. Do we have that there? Uttering is here. We have the first count, uttering, second count. Do we have the offense of uttering a false document in this charge, in the charge before court?
No.
Mr. Abutu, I want you to read count 2. The offense is count 2. What is the offense in count 2?
Making a false document.
Making a false document.
Yes.
So in your opinion, making and uttering is different?
So if you remember, yes.
Okay. Who are the accused persons in the charge sheet in the case you took the file from? Who are the accused persons?
There is only one accused person.
Who is it? Okay. Who is it?
That was Sylvester Mwangi.
Sylvester Mwangi Muye. Is it the same one?
Yes, yes, yes.
Was he one of the witnesses?
Yes.
He was.
Yes.
And I want us to see what was the subject matter in the case in the file you took over. What was the subject matter? Subject matter is checking the particulars. You didn't know. What is the subject matter?
Plot number 37.
Plot number 37. Yes. Mr. Buchu, plot number 37. Is it the same one in this court?
Yes.
The same one. Who are the witnesses in that court, in that matter?
Richard Kipngeno.
Langat? No, read fully, Mr. Buchu.
Richard Kipngeno Langat. Paul Kimutai Langat.
Yes.
And
those are the two accused persons.
you asked me to read and you're taking.
No, I just want those two. You know, also when you want to
you didn't say you were. You asked me to read.
Sorry, Mr. Buchu. I wanted the two.
They are the two persons who are accused.
So you agree with me that you simply just flip-flop, you flip the paper. Those who are the accused persons, those who are the complainants in that case, have now become the accused. In what we say in Kiswahili, mshtaki kawa mshtakiwa. You agree with me?
Yes, Your Honor, based on evidence.
Based on evidence.
Yes.
Which evidence you are producing now?
I've done so.
So please, I know you've said it, but I just want you to go on record. Please confirm that the file in which you got these documents, you took it from Nakuru.
I did. I took it from the DCI's office.
Do you know whether that case, this one, the one I've shown in the judgment, do you know whether it was investigated?
Your Honor, it was surely investigated.
Mr. I'll come to how it was investigated. Just answer the question. Was it investigated?
A file was prepared for it.
So, Mr. Gutu, if I call you incompetent, you take offense. But now you call your fellow officer in Nakuru shoddy, who does a shoddy job. Is that fair, Mr. Gutu?
I've demonstrated that to you.
Is it fair that you, if I call you incompetent, you take serious offense? If I call you a mere incompetent police officer, you take offense. But now here you say, you're a fellow officer, and you call him fellow. In Nakuru, has done a shoddy job. Is that fair?
You used the word mere and took offense.
Yes.
You said incompetency many times. I just leave it.
Okay, now answer the question. Is that fair that yourself?
It's fair.
It's fair.
Yes.
Oh, it's fair. Do you know how the case ended? That case, the one I'm showing you the judge. Do you know? Okay.
It's a file that went to the EPP.
No problem. I know. I know. I'm a lawyer. So before I file it, you know, the time we used to prosecute police officers. So it was withdrawn by the consent of the complainants.
Which complainants?
They were the complainants in that case. Withdrawn by their consent.
That power rests in the
Audibly. And I put it to you that Mr. Njoroge had a hand in it. You'll agree with me? And Mr. Muye, you know it was a case involving an advocate. They had a hand in it.
You have said it is the DCI and the ODPP, not Mr. Njoroge.
And not Mr. Muye.
Not Mr. Muye.
Let me just put it to you this way. How many advocates implicated in a fraud involving land have you prosecuted successfully? Have you sent to jail successfully? How many? Advocates?
You give me time to count.
None. How many? Okay, give me a rough number. 2, 3, 4, 10? 10? Advocates, not laymen. Advocates. How many, Mr. Muye?
I don't know whether I should answer that.
You should answer. I'm the one asking. It's a question. It should go on record. How many have you prosecuted successfully?
I don't see.
You don't see.
The other
So like me that very few advocates go to jail for that. Very few. Very few. Now, I had problems with your testimony, Chief, when you said, when you picked the files, you found statements for the first accused who is absent and the second accused. You found the statements that are written there.
There were statements.
And when you were testifying in Chief, you were tempted to sneak in a statement for somebody who was there. You were tempted and I objected. You remember? You know you don't remember a lot. Do you remember that?
No, I didn't sneak.
You tried, you were tempted.
No.
And I objected and it was withdrawn. You remember that bad behavior you were tempted to do?
We didn't sneak a statement.
Okay. Let's say in your opinion you thought that was right. You see another incompetence. As an IO, can you produce a statement of a dead witness? As an IO, can you do that?
We read the law.
You very good. You read the law.
We read the law.
Where, in which school do you read the law, Mr. Kutu? Kenya School of Law?
We don't read laws in school.
University of Nairobi? Moi University? Where?
The universities that offer.
You'll agree that you never sat in a law class. You, Mr. Kutu, have never sat in a law class, correct?
I will send you to Dr. Mutune. He will tell you.
Mr. Kutu, have you ever sat in a law class?
I will send you to Dr. Mutune.
Do you have an LLB degree?
And probably your namesake, Evans Ogada.
A very good friend of mine.
They will tell you. We'll talk to them.
Now answer the question. Have you ever sat in a law school?
Law school?
Yeah, law school.
No.
No. Have you ever gone to the Kenya School of Law to get a postgraduate diploma?
No.
So you'll agree with me that your interpretation of a law might be different from mine.
That's very true. And yours will be different from us.
Yes.
Yes.
And you also agree with me that I will not understand investigative techniques more than you do. I will not do that.
You won't.
Because you are the expert in that area, correct?
Yes.
But you'll agree with me that I will catch a lying investigative officer who did a shoddy job in an investigation involving a land fraud, correct?
You will catch one who is lying.
Okay, you. Can I catch you?
No, you can't catch me.
So when you pick these statements, there are certain things you say were said in those statements. But Mr. Kutu, another level of incompetence as an investigator, because those statements, the environments you said were in those statements, were very culpatory to my clients, correct? So confirm that the statements for first accused and second accused in that file are not in court. Please confirm that.
should bring them in court, but they are in the fight.
Mr. Gutu, I know what you should do.
They are in court.
You are a very competent IO, you are an FBI, you are Mossad, you are all these things.
All those
So please. 17. Please show me those statements.
Be patient.
I am patient. How much time do you want me to give you? To get them?
What is eating you up there when I check what you ask?
Because I don't have much time. And I know it's not there, so you are wasting time.
You just give me time to look for them.
And remember, I'm not asking for the statements of the father saying that it's in this matter. Not this
You
one.
give me time to look for
In
what
the
you
other
ask.
file. Please get them. Your Honor, the statements are not there.
The statements are here.
Where are they?
They are here.
In that file.
In that file, they are here.
Okay, show me.
Whose do you want?
Mr. Good, what were you looking for?
Is here.
Mr.
Yes.
Good, what were you looking for?
Paul Langat's statement is here.
Okay, and for Richard Langat,
Richard Langat's statement is here.
it's there.
Yes.
Did you produce them as evidence in chief?
I don't need to produce these ones.
You don't need to produce them.
I don't need to produce them.
You don't need to produce them.
No.
Now let me take you to what you allege that they said in those statements. You say that they produced a death certificate. You said that they produced
Yes.
a death certificate.
Yes.
And you told me you don't need to produce those statements, correct?
No, I don't need.
Okay. Now, please take your statement and paragraph. Please take your statement. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Now take your statement. I want you to go to paragraph. Also, let me educate you a little bit, Mr. Gutu, the way you are more competent.
Paragraph.
Next time, at least try and number
Let's
paragraphs.
take me to the paragraph.
No, I'm educating you first. Talk
They are
now.
numbered.
No, they're numbered. Yours are numbered.
Paragraphs, you just know that we're in a paragraph.
Gutu, then go to paragraph 45.
We don't number paragraphs.
Go to paragraph 45, Mr. Gutu.
Take me to the page so that I see we are done.
You see?
The pages are numbered.
Alright, let's go to page 7.
Yes, page 7.
You said, now paragraph 34 and 35. I also want you to give him the alleged data from the chief. You want the chief attendance, please.
Like you.
Taxes or being given money by you?
Taxes.
So, my friend, we'll meet another case. So, if you don't know the evidence. So, Mr. Gutu, you want to refer to exhibit 28. This letter says that, let me put it down here and see. Now, there are two things I take offense with. Two things. The exhibit mark 28 is written in Kiswahili. This exhibit. So the people who attended wrote in Kiswahili. And then exhibit 29 now is written in English. That's the first glaring difference I can see. So I want to ask you this one, Mr. Abudu. Were the same people who attended this meeting, the same ones who attended in the meeting in exhibit 29? Are they the same people?
I did not attend this one.
Not you. Yes, I know you did attend.
Yes.
Just by the look of the names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are they the same people?
These are documents of your clients.
These are not documents of my clients.
So that question is
Let's put it correctly. These are evidence by my learned sister, the prosecutor. And they were produced by some of these guys. This some Geoffrey Kipngetich came here and produced these things. So they are not for my
In my investigation,
yes.
these documents came from them.
Oh, for my investigation. They came from us. We put that shortly. So they came from my class. So who wrote them? Between Paul and Peter, who wrote this document? Who forged them? Because I think they're forged. Who forged this document?
Probably they will tell us.
No, I'm asking you from your investigation.
The two of them.
Or the two of them
wrote them up.
Okay. Mr. Mwinde, SSP, that is Superintendent, Senior Superintendent of Police.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now I understand the police ones.
Right report, yes.
Right report. Senior Superintendent of Police, Mr. Mwinde. That's the document is on there?
It was.
Okay. Okay. Was it the document?
Yes,
This one.
yes.
Is your colleague?
Yes, he is.
Kwa nini alitolewa hiyo department akapelekwa kwingine?
I do not share with the director
We don't know.
the idea of how he transfers his stuff.
If I put it to you that it was transferred because of manipulating results from examinations, you will not agree.
I won't, because you don't even know for this year.
I don't even want to have.
Please
Just I'm there.
look there.
Perhaps someday I judge other men. I'm not serious.
We need to be there.
So let's now examine these documents. So the first clear indication is that this one is in Kiswahili, 29 is in English, but then the same people attended are the same ones in these two letters, right? You don't even need that. Look at it, Mr. Beauty. Alright, let me take you through. Is there a Rafael Kikrono Langat in 28? Rafael Kikrono Langat. Is there a Rafael Kikrono Langat?
Yes.
There is. Is there a Rafael Kikrono Langat as the first person in 29? In 29?
Yes.
There is.
Yes.
Is there a Geoffrey Kipngetich Langat in 28? And is there Geoffrey Kipngetich Langat in 29?
True.
The same people. Mr. Abu, is there Stephen Kipkirui Langat and Stephen Kipkirui Langat in this one?
Yes.
And in the same order of names. You agree with me?
He's appearing there.
In the same order of names, Mr. Abu, you agree with me?
Those are their names, so they all.
Mr. Abu, answer the question. In the same order of names.
Let me see if it's the same thing.
Raphael, Geoffrey, Stephen, Peter, Simon.
Yes.
Mr. Abutu,
Yes.
what is the total number of people in the family of Cheptilat Arab? What is the number of family members? You say from investigation, you found out that he's a polygamous man. You found out that. What was the number of his family members, including his wives?
We will go to the National Bureau of Statistics to get that data. It wasn't my duty to get.
It wasn't your duty.
No.
So, but coincidentally, these people, including his three sons, that son, this son, and that son, don't attend these meetings. The convenient people you want to use are the ones who attend these meetings.
These are the documents of the clients. I want more.
Mr. Gutu, there is no proof about that, and we'll come to that. We'll come to that proof where you found these documents. So for now, just answer. Other members of the family, including the wives, don't attend meetings where land is being given to their sons. They don't attend. You'll agree with me on that.
These are documents of the clients.
Mr. Gutu, you must answer. That's not the question. I'm not asking whose documents these are. That's not the question. I'm asking you. Conveniently, the wives of the late Cheptilat and some of his sons don't attend meetings where land is given to other sons. You'll agree with me on that. They don't attend.
I don't agree with you.
From these documents.
I don't agree with you.
And Mr. Gutu, where are the wives of the late Cheptilat in these documents? Where are the wives? Mabibi watatu, wako wapi?
In these documents, I can't tell where they are.
They are not there.
They are not appearing.
They are not there. Now let me shock you. Allegedly, two wives, three now appear in a document. No, one. Only one. Do you know that one of the wives of Cheptilat died? Do you know that? Do you know that, Mr. Gutu?
No.
You don't know. The meeting investigations did you carry out, Mr. Gutu? Ni uchunguzi gani, Mr. Gutu? Serikali ilikuwekea mafuta kwa gari, ukakuja hapa Igoboro kufanya uchunguzi. Uchunguzi gani ulifanya?
It depends at the time.
Mr. Gutu,
Yes.
I am told, the information I have from my clients is that the first wife died long ago. That's the information I have. Died long ago.
That is his mother. It would be no more than
The mother of Geoffrey Kipngetich Langat, the first wife, died. She died. She died.
That's okay.
You don't know that, and you investigated.
Yes.
Now, from XP 29, you'll agree with me that there is no wife of Cheptilat. You'll agree with me on that. I'm not even Cheptilat. I don't know.
The witnesses know.
But you'll agree with me that the letter says, read, family agreement. Family.
That's what the letter says.
Yes. The family of Mzee Chepchila Arab Protich has agreed today that on 12th October 2010, they hand over blah, 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 blah. So it talks about family property. But the wives are not there. You'll agree with me on that.
In that document, there were only 5 people.
Yes. And also in XP 28, you'll agree with me that there is only one wife attends. Only one wife. Selina Chepkimoy Rotich. It's indicated that she's not attended.
Selina.
Yes.
Yes.
It's indicated, and ID number is indicated. She's the only one who attended, right? The others are males. No, actually I'm wrong. There is Rafael Kibrono, which I was told here, that he represented his mother.
Yes.
Then there is Elena Taprantich, right?
Yes.
And then there is, and she has put a company.
Yes.
Okay, very good. That's it. And then there's a Solina Kemoi Protich.
So they were attended.
They told her, so 2 have attended.
Yes.
Okay. Who was the chief from the investigation? Who was the chief that witnessed this agreement? From the investigation, who was the chief? So this is such a serious document that allegedly gives land to these people. So who chief attended?
It is alleged that the chief, the assistant chief,
Yes.
of
There's none that is clear, Mr. There's none. The one I was given is the one you are holding. There's none that is clear.
what you know is a chief in the name of Benjamin Langat.
Benjamin Langat.
Yes.
Benjamin Langat. So where do you find the Langat?
Langat is
Benjamin Langat.
yes.
Can I show you that he was not the chief there?
Assistant chief.
Can I show you that he was not the assistant chief there?
He was,
He was.
according to the book.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Mr. Abudu, Steven, what's your other name? What's your name?
My middle name is Ochi.
Oh, Chie.
Still the chain of book.
Yeah. Okay, Chie. Sometimes a few minutes, then I'm going. So, Mr. Abudu, according to investigations,
Yes.
these are the 2 forged documents that gave land to my clients. Right?
Not only this one.
So, not this one, but these are part of them.
Yes, these are part of it.
Let me just make that step. Still listening. I'll give them back to you. The big with me, Mr. CLS, that I don't take documents that are not mine. That's the big with me. I return them back and my colleague will just write them. So now come to the question of who made the letter. Mr. Abudu, according to investigations, who made this letter?
Yes. The documents that he is holding
Yes.
were submitted by his clients.
Where is proof of that, Mr. Abudu, that it is our clients who submitted those documents? Where is proof of that?
Your Honor, as I indicated in the explanation in chief, when I picked the original file from Nakuru, in their statements, in their board statements, which I adopted as the truth from them, they indicated these meetings took place to give them that. And that's why I used them.
Mr. Abudu, I want to put it to you that the purported statements you have were not the ones in that case. I want to put it to you. The purported statements you have, the ones you are referring to,
Yes.
were your own doctrination, you are the one who authored them with the help of Mr. Limona, and that they were not the ones in that file. I'm putting it to you, and that's why you will produce them. Because I have the ones that were produced there.
Your Honor,
You agree on that?
I investigate people who have committed offenses and include their statements in our file. So I don't need to produce documents here.
Okay, you don't need to produce. That's a fair answer, go with it. So you agree with me, Mr. Abudu, that if this document was to convey family land, family, hii si shamba ya Selina peke yake. Hii ni shamba ya mzee Chepchila, akona bibi watatu. Na akona mpango wa kando mwingine wanne. Hiyo ujue.
That's you understand.
I'm putting it to you. Alikuwa na mpango wa kando wanne.
Okay, I don't know that.
So, if these are the 2 documents that convey land to these accused persons, however forged they are, all family members have to attend. You agree with me on that?
I would comment on that. I can't agree with you on that.
We don't agree.
I don't agree with
We
you.
don't agree. You also agree with me that if these 2 documents were conveying land, conveyance means to, you know that. If these 2 documents were to convey land to the accused persons, then at least the accused persons themselves, Mr. Abudu, ought to have signed. If they made them, they ought to have signed them, Mr. Abudu. Because your allegation, and I agree with the allegation, they're the ones who made them. It's fine. If they're the ones who made them, at least their signatures will be up here.
For whatever reasons, I don't know why.
Or which reasons, Mr. Abudu?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Their intentions
Or you don't know the intentions? Confirm, please, to the court that neither the signature of Richard Kipngeno Langat and Paul Langat are not in this document. Confirm that, please. They're not there.
No, they are not okay.
They're not there. As the IU in this case, you tasked an SSP, Mr. Moinde, to compare the signatures there. Right?
Yes, I asked for him to compare the signatures.
Did the same Mr. Moinde also compare the signatures on these documents, written as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, vis-a-vis the signatures and handwriting of the accused persons? Did he do that comparison?
He had no reason to.
Mr. Agutu,
He didn't do it.
your theory and your allegation in this case is that these guys,
Yes.
after their father died, now let me tell you your theory, which I've studied carefully. These guys, after their father died, got a death certificate, forged family metrics, and presented those documents and said, this is the authority that gave us the land. The second part of the theory is that the first accused, the second accused, and the first one are not related at all. That's your theory. So if your theory is that these guys forged this document, they forged it as a competent investigative officer appointed by Lego Moro, you don't see the need, Mr. Agutu, you don't see the need whatsoever to take the signatures or handwritings of these guys and compare with any of these documents. You don't see that need.
Based on those documents,
You don't see the need.
I don't see them.
And the authoritatively said that what I call your incompetent investigation is what will send them to jail. Please confirm that.
I know that is what you want them to hear. So I don't know.
No. You said here that your incompetent investigation is what will send them to jail. And just like you with the authority, with your small kangaroo court you gave Mr. Njuguna land, again you turned yourself into court and you are sending them to jail.
And that allegation of kangaroo also is we are in a competent court.
No, your court is kangaroo. These documents, whereas you forged the stamp of the chief, who was not even the chief, and put there, you forgot, you and Mr. Njuguna forgot to put the stamp. You agree with me?
I don't agree with you.
Why don't you answer that in the way you answer?
No, I want to make your work easy. Yes.
I'm about to finish. Mr. Agutu, to give credence to your theory, and you did a good work, you tried to piece up the. Forgery is a very difficult thing. To put up lies is a very difficult thing, so you have to be a little bit smart. Unfortunately, however smart you are, you must be caught. So you also wrote to the Department of Registration of Persons, what is it called? Where people are registered. What do you call it?
If it's not system, just National Registration Bureau.
Yes, Bureau.
Yes.
National Registration Bureau. You also wrote to them in your bid to ascertain or rather to incriminate these guys that they are not brothers. You wrote to them and they told you, they gave you the ID number. Please give me the document that gave that information. You know, I was not given that document, but I will not object. It is good evidence for me. The document that said Paul Kimutai Langat and Richard Langat are not brothers. And I say Mr. Njoroge's agent is really happy because he thinks they are not brothers. I know.
That's your issue.
Do you know the gentleman in red and blue? The one of your witnesses in your court statement. Do you know him? Mr. Good, do you know that gentleman? Mr. Good,
Yes.
Mr. Good, do you know that gentleman?
I read his statement.
Do you know that him and you were sent money?
It's not him and me who was sent money.
And also Mr. Sangabor also sent money.
If he was sent money, he was sent money.
And all of you are sent money in sickness circumstance. All of you coincided.
No, I said I got money, but it was not about sickness.
Give me the document, please. I know that you will finish you know what you must do when
Let's finish you with you.
Like I finish, a good man. You're a former councillor, so for the teacher, let's bring the document. So through this document, through the letter you want to refer to 42 and actually 43. Because through these two documents, or there are three. Now it's just two. one contains an excuse to the report. That's what it is. So just 2 documents. And they mark as Exhibit 42 and 43 respectively. So I want to query you on these 2 documents.
Right.
So Mr. Akutu, do you know your mother?
I know my mother.
What is her name?
What does it do?
It's not relevant. Let's call her XYZ. So let's call her XXX. Your father is YYY.
My mother.
Do you know your father?
Yes, I know my father.
Let's call him YYY. How do you know your father is your father? You.
I know my father is my father because they lived together with my mother. My mother told me this is your father.
Oh, you are told that's your father.
That's the answer you wanted.
You are told that's your father. You are told. Yes, that's very important.
Yes.
Do you have children, Mr. Agutu?
I have children.
You have children.
Yes.
How many?
I have 4.
4.
Yes.
You are sure those are your children? You.
Okay, I'm sure they are mine. They
You're
look
sure?
like my face.
They look like your face. Before this, did you ever had a child out of wedlock?
No,
You never had.
I didn't try.
In your investigations,
Yes.
did you establish how many wives Mr. Kapkures had in your investigations?
As for the family people I met,
Yes.
there were 3.
3.
Yes.
Who was the mother of, or rather, who was the mother of the 2 accused? Okay, rather, your theory is that who was the mother of the second accused?
The mother of the second accused was
Let me make it shorter for you. She's called Selena.
Yes.
Selena. Selena was the 3rd wife of Mr. Kapkures, correct? The younger wife.
Yes.
In your investigations, did you ever have a background check of Mr. Kapkures?
Mr. Churchill?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you ever have a background check of him?
In that I could not do much. Yes.
Did you even go to the Bureau of Registration of Births Bureau to check which children Mr. Kapkures had sired out of wedlock? Do you have that data?
I had his family people, so that was
Yeah.
not very visible.
If Mr. Kapkures had 3 wives, there was a likelihood that he could be having a 4th or a 5th and a 6th one. There's a likelihood.
I need to get that.
I'm not saying you got. You know there's nothing you got in
No,
you.
there is no likelihood.
There's no likelihood.
We can't assume.
No, I'm not assuming.
We
Listen.
Okay, no, there is no likelihood.
Mr. Kapkures got the first wife.
Yes.
He saw that his pockets are deep and he has means. He got a second wife.
Yes.
He was a generous man. He wanted to distribute love to a 3rd wife. He married a 3rd wife.
Yes.
A person with 3 wives, it shows generally that's a person with appetite for women.
I may not say so.
Like Abraham, rather like Samson, like Solomon, right? 300 concubines. These are likely.
We are given a number. So if
This is
one
okay.
was
This is outside of. This is a number. This should not reach your wife. Have you had a Pangwakando? You?
No.
You never had a Pangwakando. When you are a young boy, let's say 15 to 22,
I didn't have any.
you didn't have any. Then how did you learn the things adults do in marriage? How do you learn those things?
It naturally comes.
Well, it naturally comes. Those things naturally come.
It naturally comes.
Okay? So I put it to Mr. Agutu.
Yes.
Again, through this, you say this was the evidence that Mr. Njuguna paid for the purchase of the land, correct? Through this.
Yes.
And whereas Mr. Njuguna himself came here and told us that he was paying through check, no evidence of check has been brought here, right?
I've given invoices.
No,
Wrote the checks.
Mr. Agutu, you see, white is white or black is black. It cannot be black white. It cannot be like that. So through these documents, this is the evidence Mr. Njuguna said. Mr. Njuguna himself and Mr. SLM Munia said he used to write, Mr. Njuguna used to write checks. It should be back to the name of Ingobor. What was the account number for Ingobor? Where these checks were being cashed in?
Your Honor, the records of the board were only available to the limit that yes.
So this Ingobor which purportedly sold land to Mr. Mugia, when you wrote about it to the registration of companies, they told you such an nonsense doesn't exist. such an entity, such a mongrel doesn't exist. Such a mongrel called Ingobor Company, Farmers Company, or Ingobor Farm Company, or Ingobor Farmers Company in bracket registered trustees. Does not exist because it's either a trust or a company. It doesn't exist. You agree with me that when you wrote, the register of companies was not there. And also to the extent that you are digging information, you didn't find the account number and the bank where they're banking the checks. You agree with me on that?
You know, this payments were made to SL who was giving cash money to Ingobor.
Oh, now you change.
I'm not changing. So that you.
If I put it to you,
yes,
that Mr. Nyoro was writing checks to Ingobor, you will disagree. That's what he said. He was writing checks to Ingobor. It's not there, Mr. Good. You know, peruse all these documents. It's not there. I'm putting to you that Mr. Nyoroge here came and said he was writing checks to Ingobor.
He was writing checks with respect to Ingobor payment.
Where are those checks? Where are those checks? Show me those checks.
You know, there is an invoice for Exhibit 8A.
Mr. Good. Mr. Good, I'm not asking about an invoice. I'm not asking about an invoice.
It is contained there. Answer.
Okay.
Let's take your time.
Listen to my question.
Yes.
Are there checks that were used to pay money? As payment on this land?
I do not have copies of any check.
There is no copy of checks.
Yes.
So it agrees with me that even these documents, the ones you purport to be receipts, do not convey the exact purchase price. These ones.
They do.
Do these amounts total to 2.850 million? These documents, do they amount to 2.50 million?
What have you done?
Yes.
Just bring the back.
And they were marked, Your Honor, Exhibit 16, 15, 16, 17, do not amount to 2.850 million.
Just
do not amount. They can't amount, Mr. Abud. You cannot fix that which is unfixable.
Allow me to look at the documents you're referring to.
Even a crippled person can be healed, but not by a man. You can't rectify that. You can't.
I think
You
that's
can't.
very good. Let's just remain in purpose.
You're trying to fix a crippled person. You can't fix.
These ones, they do not add up to the total.
Please add up for Mr. Njuguna so that we make the case. Where are the others that add up?
That is why I'm giving Exhibit 8A and B.
Oh, bring that bit now.
18A.
Bring that bit now. Put it on the 18A. So, Mr. Muya, there's something I don't understand. There's something fishy. And whereas I was not very good in mathematics, I got the grades that enabled me to do it. Bring the green things. So the little mathematics I learned has enabled me to do a basic arithmetic. So if this, so what were this, Mr. Njuguna, what were this?
Those are part of the evidence.
I know the evidence.
Yes.
So, ideally, what do we refer to this document? What is this? A receipt,
This
a check, an invoice, or what? What's this?
receipt.
This is a receipt
Yes.
to Mr.
To Mr. Njuguna from SL.
Okay.
Yes.
And then now, what is this now?
That is an invoice.
That's an invoice.
Yes. Copy.
So, Mr. Gutu, you will agree with me as an investigating officer, you know that the,
Yes.
could you authoritatively and conclusively say that those documents were for the purchase or payment of that land?
It is included.
Included.
Yes.
Look at one of those, I don't know which one, I think it's 15. Whom is it addressed to? Who is it addressed to?
Neuro construction.
Neuro construction. Go to the next one. Whom is it addressed to?
MS Neuro construction.
The third one?
Neuro construction.
You are concealing information. Bring them back. You are concealing something. I'm asking you, on account of, Exhibit 17 says in Ingobor Farm Company.
In account of.
On account of.
Yes.
Exhibit 15 says, on account of Ingobor Farm Limited.
Yes.
Not even farm. Ingobor FC Limited.
Yes.
Exhibit 16 says client account.
Yes.
So you'll agree with me, Abutu. Mr. Muhia, there's now Mr. Muhia could send money to an entity that does not exist. There's no how Mr. Muhia, my senior,
Yes.
could have sent money to a Ingobor company that does not exist in a check. You'll agree with me on that?
He paid them cash. He paid them.
Oh, you pay the fine. So, Mr. Gutu, between you and Mr. Njoroge, who is lying? Mr. Njoroge says he wrote a check. You are saying cash, and you are not there.
He wrote a check to Moi.
You are not there.
In a statement, I got that.
Mr.
Oh,
Gutu,
this is wrong, I was not there.
Mr. Gutu,
Yes.
as an investigating officer,
Yes.
do you have proof, money proof? Yes, I agree, and I will agree with you on this, that he paid in cash. Do you have proof that Mr. Mumia withdrew those monies from his client account and paid to Ingomor? Do you have that paper?
I don't have the paper.
You don't have the paper.
Yes.
Does your allegation meet the beyond reasonable doubt standard?
It does.
Does.
Yes.
Suspicious about all these things, you tasked Mr. Mui, the SSP, to do a forensic examination from the documents. That's fine.
Yes.
What was Mui's finding in his report? What was his finding?
His findings
Summarize for me his finding.
is that the questions I asked him to check, he confirmed that yes, the family meeting that is exhibits,
Fine, just summarize.
that was signed by the people who are listed.
Okay, it was signed.
And in the other document,
Another document?
Your Honor, in Exhibit 28, he confirmed that the signatures appearing here were for the people listed who are family members of Churchill. Meeting on Exhibit 28. However, on Exhibit 29, he did not confirm that these people signed who are listed in this exhibit.
Okay.
They were forgeries.
The forgeries.
Yes. In summary.
Summary. That's a good summary, Mr.
And again, he also checked Mr. Nyantika's
Signatures.
signatures.
Yes.
And in his opinion,
Vis-a-vis the original pictures you are showing, right?
no, vis-a-vis the specimen signatures that I took.
You'll agree with me that from Mr. Moine's report, nothing whatsoever shows that these guys did any of those things. There's no iota of evidence from the comparisons he did that directly leads to these guys. There's nothing whatsoever.
He was
From
not
the
to say,
green card, from the title, from those meetings, from all those things, there's nothing that directly points to Paul Langat and Richard Langat. There's nothing at all.
there is
Where? Which one?
that the documents
Yes.
they claimed like the title
Okay.
to have been signed by Mr. Nyantika
Yes.
was not signed by Mr. Nyantika.
Okay.
The documents they presented us giving them land, Exhibit 29 and 28, especially 29, was not signed by the family members.
Okay. So other than the title, Mr. Abutu,
Yes.
does Mr. Paul Langat and Richard Langat, do they sign a title? Do they make and sign a title?
In this respect, I don't know.
Ideally, who makes a title?
They should sign. They should not sign.
They should not sign and they should not make, right?
Yes.
Making and signing is forgery.
That's right.
In fact, making, signing, and producing as the title is forgery, and the other charge is what? Is forgery and uttering a false document, right?
Forgery related offenses. Yes. Much.
The question I'm asking you is that from Mr. Muinde's report,
Yes.
however irregular it was, because I can't now ask you about the details because you're not the one who compared. But from his report, there's nothing that says Paul and Richard Langat are the makers of those documents. If at all they made them. There's no way in his report saying that.
No, it was not.
When he was in court, I attempted a rudimentary eye-to-eye comparison of the signatures. A basic eye-to-eye comparison of the signatures Mr. Muinde was compared. And in a clever way, he says, signatures can be the same when you look at them through the eye, but when you look at them forensically, they are different. And that really shook me. So do you want us to just try and look at from the eye? Me not being a document examiner, and you not being one. We just look at them if they are the same. Will you try to do that?
I won't accept that.
Okay.
And that's why we need the forensic.
The forensics. Yeah, that's a clever way. When you pick this file, the one you copied things from my protein report, and I stick to that by the way.
Sorry.
Like a student who copies the exam. Did you find a document examiner report in it? Did you find one?
Yes.
You found?
Yes.
And even that guy was incompetent? Was the document examiner that you already saw say that the IO in that matter was incompetent? So only Mr. Stephen Agutu and Mr. Mwida are the competent police officers in Kenya. All the others are incompetent.
No, there was a cheeky issue.
There was a cheeky issue
in that report, and that is why I resubmitted the report.
Okay.
And I indicated that in the mail.
It was a cheeky issue.
Yes.
And you agree with me that a cheeky issue could be termed as a disciplinary issue in the police force?
No.
It was a forced marriage service. There's no difference anyway because there's no change. No change at the time. So
You cannot attempt to say that.
no, there's no change. You guys still take branch there.
You can, the writers of the Constitution.
Okay, I'm sorry for that. Let me just go. You agree with me, Mr. Agutu,
Yes.
that if a police officer does something cheeky in the course of his work, that will amount to, in law we call it a professional misconduct, not a professional and unprofessional conduct, a professional misconduct. You agree with me on that? This was record. There was a lady called Linda Okello. You remember her?
Yes.
The one with a short skirt?
She's a friend.
Through that, she was taken through the police orderly proceedings. It's called like that, right?
Not because of what you're saying.
I'm saying through that, she was taken through the police orderly proceedings.
Not
So if this guy had done something fishy, wasn't it a case that should be taken through the police orderly proceedings?
there is a preserve for the senior officers above me to look at, which I cannot comment on.
Very good. Did you report that fishy thing to the superiors you're talking about?
I did.
You did?
In charge.
You are in charge. Where is the document that shows that you reported?
We do what is called internal memos,
Internal memos.
advising
Yes.
on investigations.
Mr. Agutu Steve, where is the internal memo
It is
that you
not-
advised?
It
That
is
you
not-
said, let me be specific now. Your Honor, I think we marked the document, we marked the report. Don't remember how we marked it. I think I gave the date, report marked 15 May 2017. Prepared by one. CI is what? What is CI?
Good.
No, eh?
Good.
No, what is CI? Ram? What is
Oh, Chief Inspector.
Chief Inspector.
Chief Inspector. yes.
You are prepared by Chief Inspector Daniel Gutu. Gutu, not Agutu. This is now Gutu.
I see.
And the same is dated 15/05/2017.
Yes.
Where Mr. Stephen Agutu, did you report that Mr. Agutu did a fishy job in this matter and therefore reported it to his superiors? Where is the evidence of that?
You know what happens is I give my finding and recommendation advice to
I have no problem with
my
that.
in charge.
There's no problem with that.
After which,
Yes.
if you look at my memo, that is why there was need of resubmitting.
Where is the memo, Mr. Agutu? Where is the memo? The one you
The memo,
you started, Mr. Agutu?
the memo is, it ended up as a memo. Yeah. So
Mr.
what
Agutu,
comes,
Mr.
what
Agutu.
comes here?
Mr. Agutu, I've done many cases where memos are producing court as evidence.
Okay.
Because as much as they are internal-
at my level of being a police officer,
Mm.
I do not think memos.
Yeah, and I agree, you will agree with me that that's a high level of incompetence.
That's what you think.
That if
Even
Mr. that
in your office, the memos in your office.
Just wait,
already
Mr. Agutu.
Yes.
If I, Ogada, does a shoddy job, and a colleague wants to report me, they must show evidence of that wrong thing I did. And in most cases, the way you said you did a memo. And I'm asking you a simple question, Mr. Agutu. You are the most competent IO dealing with land fraud in this country. Where is that evidence that you reported Mr. Agutu to your superiors on the fishy thing you did in this report?
No, that was internal. I did it internally.
So it's not in court, correct?
No.
It's not in court. So you agree with me that this report was never queried, it was never interrogated, it was never cross-examined because the case didn't see the light of the day.
You can look at my memo. It will inform what you're asking. My
Mr.
memo to the examiner.
I'm saying, Mr. Agutu,
Yes.
this report, the maker, was cross-examined, the report was not queried, an analysis thereof was not made because the case collapsed. Correct? And Mr. Gutu, when you gave Mr. Muinde the documents to re-examine afresh, did you, where did you write and told him, please, re-examine this report by Mr. Gutu vis-a-vis what I've given you? Because if you say it was... Listen.
To the court.
I told you what I did already. Listen. If you say I did a bad job, I did it, but you submit my report together with what you want, so that the most competent, and Mr. Muinde is highly qualified. The way I saw is highly qualified. If you were to say Gutu did a bad job, and Gutu is just Gutu is a bestia. Probably they don't have enough equipment, he's lazy, something like that. You don't know. So if you say he did a bad job, you ought to have given Muinde to show where I went wrong. Because you, as a police officer, you have no mandate over another officer, right?
I have a mandate over those who are under me.
Oh, Mr. Gutu is under you?
Yes, sir.
Gutu, is he under you?
No.
He's not.
He's not.
Mr. Gutu is not under you. Now, in court, we have something called supervisory jurisdiction. Let me give you an example. For example, the court here can supervise a court in Ramadan, for example. This is the report?
The report is here. These are part of the documents.
Oh, these are part of the documents?
Yes.
Let's put it in the now. No, please, Mr.
Let me just give you
Mr. Gutu, yes,
Okay.
this is A1. This is A1.
Yes.
Is the name of the sign right?
Yes.
Is it certified?
That's a question document.
Mr.
It is a question document.
Mr. Gutu, yes or no? Is the title certified?
It's not certified.
Not certified.
Yes.
Is the transfer plan certified?
Is it part of the report?
Or it's not?
You're just asking questions.
It's not. No. No. It's not. Is the land court? Is this certified, Mr. Gutu? Is it 10 certified?
It is also not part of it.
No. This was there.
If you are still within the report, it is not part.
Oh. I want to take it to one that is very good. Very good. Is exhibit A2, rather, exhibit 12 certified?
It's a question document, so it was also managed to be certified.
Lastly, so this is also a question?
This is also a question document.
Oh, so the ones are comparing and the ones not certified.
The ones I'm comparing are the ones that are question document. Comparing against.
So if you have that was one of the reasons why you
That is one of the reasons.
One of the reasons.
Yes.
Okay. And the second one was that this report was made in later.
Yes. That's
So I put it to you that the accused persons made their report earlier on. Earlier on, even before this investigation began, your investigation.
That's very correct.
That's very good. They reported theirs earlier on before yours
That's
began.
very true.
And that their case was earlier on before yours began.
They reported underground. I don't dispute that.
Are you aware that there has been other civil cases involved in this land?
There was.
Rather, let me ask you this way. In your opinion, does this case look like a civil case where fraud is alleged and ownership is in dispute? Does it look like a case like that?
Fraud
A civil case
Fraud is criminal.
where two people are competing titles and therefore it's a judge somewhere must determine ownership.
I was dealing with the criminal part.
The criminal part of it. Are you aware that there has been other civil cases between the accused persons and the complainant has flopped in all of them? Are you aware of that?
I knew there was a civil case.
Did it go well?
I didn't follow up.
In favor of Mr. Juguna?
I didn't
You
follow
didn't
up.
follow up because of incompetence, Mr. Duke.
I shouldn't
Utter
have followed up.
incompetence.
I shouldn't have followed up.
Are you aware that up to 2017 January, 20th 2017 January, there's a search, Mr. Gutu, which you go to the registry, you apply for and you're given results in the name of Peter and Paul Lamont. Paul and Richard. Are you aware of that? That is a search in their name. Up to 2017.
Your Honor, that is why we were citing interference
Oh.
in the records.
Okay. By who?
And that is what prompted
Mr.
investigation.
Mood, interference by who?
By your clients.
Oh.
Yes.
Are you aware that there's a rateable account? Do you know rates? Rate landlords?
I know that.
No rates.
Yes.
You know that there's a rateable account in the name of Paul and Richard Langat.
It doesn't demonstrate ownership.
Oh. And you are competent, Mr. Good.
Yes.
Okay? Finally, Mr. Good, despite all these loopholes, you have focused on your case. Despite the loopholes, despite the competence, you still make an conclusive and definitive conclusion that the land belongs to Mr. Njuguna.
I make conclusions that my charges before court are properly proven.
Properly proven.
Yes.
Properly proven. Despite, now let me summarize this, despite a competent sale agreement, a competent transfer, lack of a title from a Ngobor farm to Mr. Njuguna, lack of a competent consent, lack of a stamp duty receipt in the presence of a disputed family meeting, you still conclude that the land belongs to Mr. Njuguna.
Your Honor, I still conclude that my charges before this court against the accused persons are properly.
Despite having received a benefit from Mr. Njuguna himself, you still conclude that your investigations are transparent and competent. Your Honor, that is all. Thank you for taking a lot of time. This was the witness that summarized everything. So I had to deal with him conclusively and finally. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
It has been suggested that there were 2 minutes given what you indicated in the statement. That is for 17 April 1997. That is marked on paper. And the indication of the statement of 6 August 1997. Were there 2 minutes with respect to the Umbo company and the sale of personal lifestyle?
No, Your Honor, there was only one copy of me.
That is which one?
The one dated 17 April 1997 in the Hokkaido School.
It has also been suggested that the case against Mr. Amonde was withdrawn because Mr. Njoroge had a hand. And your answer was that there was evidence supporting the withdrawal. Can you say about that?
Your Honor, after my investigation into an earlier poorly done investigations by my colleague in Nakuru, we forwarded our file, Your Honor, to the ODPP who concurred with us that the evidence was worth charging the accused persons before court. And also in wisdom of the ODPP, they withdrew evidence against SL Mca and advised us to proceed with this.
You also indicated that there was what you refer to as cheeky issue in the file that you took off. What was this cheeky issue?
Your Honor, the complaint by Mr. Njuguna to our office was on by the DCI on the 6th April 2017. And Your Honor, the DCI ordered the takeover of Nakuru file, and we did a letter for the same to take over the file on the 28th of June.
So what was chiefly what did you that you referred
You know, there were documents.
suspicion?
There were documents which had been submitted by the accused persons. Which are exhibit 29 and 28. Which had been disputed by the family members of Mr. Chetilat. And also, Your Honor, the fact that Mr. Nyantika had not recorded a statement nor given his specimen signatures to the officers in Nakuru.
These signatures for Mr. Nyantika, they form part of the report that has been marked as a defense. The other
Yes, Your Honor. And Your Honor, the fact that when this file was called for,
Your Honor, that's really allowed to sit with the president on that.
Let's confine ourselves to what was asked was exactly. There is no time for it.
Is there anything else that was
yes, Your Honor,
anything?
the time of submission of the report when the file had been called for was also raising items.
How?
When a senior office calls for a file, you're supposed to submit as at the time you are. You don't continue the investigation.
I know we are tired, but please just hear me on this.
No, I'm listening because I was also
Yes.
wondering.
I wonder, the witness has not looked at this report and is giving unfactual and untrue information that Mr. Nyantika's signatures were not sought, and they are rightly here. So which report is he talking about? This is the same report Your Honor was showing you, and Mr. Nyantika's signatures are there. So basically for this report, it says that which is here that is not there. Therefore, if that's the
Why
case,
do you note that as an issue for submission?
okay, very well.
Because it goes to his
Very well.
So how if you get it that Mr. Nyantika's report signatures are not how do you count that?
While interrogating Mr. Nyantika and doing his statement, he indicated that he had not given out any of his signatures in that book.
In the case that was withdrawn, who are the complainants? You've been asked to read.
The complainants in that case were the two accused persons before.
You also shown the opinion for the said opinion that
Yes.
was it signed by any of the officials or people?
Yes, Your Honor.
You've been asked whether you produced any documentation with respect to person number 37 and 38 in this case. Have you produced any evidence? You had been shown somebody from Lincoln or other person that had asked whether you produced anything to show that 37 belongs to
No, the question was, where are the commitments for the 7, 38 originals? That was the question.
Yes, where are the green cards for 37 and 38?
They are at lands office.
Your Honor, that was not even the question. The question why did he bring? Not where are they? Why did he bring the green cards and he said he brought certified copies? What's your reasoning? Certified copies.
From your, it has also been suggested that the investigations are not done properly because there's no evidence of from the land control law that there was a consent issue, etc. What can you say about that? It has been suggested that the investigations are not proper because there is no evidence of a consent for number 37 among other documents that will show the land belongs to Mr. or that those are transferred from Ingo to Mr. What can you say about that?
Your Honor, the documents I presented before court were right to my investigations. However, my effort to get original or copies of the same did not bear fruit because the Land Control Board office did not have proper records.
That is all. Grandma, going with this there's a document marked and by which is the minutes of 17th April 1987. It's in advantage the minutes for 17th April 1987.
Your Honor. Your Honor.
I don't believe there's been any prejudice.
Yes, there's no one who did this about it. You can just produce it because he's the one who said he did the investigation. So that we go to be and go and do some meetings.
Maybe that the marks MFI2 produce as express number. That is all.
Out of the submissions. Or rather, give me a file by date.
Even if you do not consider mutual like some others can file in court. Yes, so for me, I take 14 days. Or even the rule itself, 14 days is good. If you can find a way to do this month, before this month, I can file mine in 7 days. And work overnight and
No,
file.
I cannot find a date. That was the doctor in the